Hello and welcome to the CampusPress Workshop. To begin, you'll need some documents, some guides here. So go to library.rice.edu and you can put in /DMC, or you just click here, Departments and Places, DMC. Scroll down to the bottom here and click on DMC Guides. And then at the very bottom we have Web Design. Go ahead and click on that. And all we have on our for guides here is CampusPress. Go ahead and click on CampusPress. And this is going to be everything you need. So this is actually the PDF guide if you prefer to download it and just or print it out. This is easier to print out. Otherwise, you can just continue on here. So before we go into this, I'm going to really briefly go over some tips for creating a website. So let me open up a PowerPoint presentation here. Okay. And CampusPress is basically WordPress. It's just offered as a service by Campus IT, OIT, and it's free. So totally free and open source. There's actually more plugins for full-on WordPress, but IT has pared things down to only, I think it's fewer than 34 plugins, just to stay safe, and they manage, the plugins to make sure they're not offering anything that's dangerous. Okay, and it's integrated with your NetID. If you leave Rice and you no longer have a NetID, your website will disappear. So keep that in mind. If you're leaving Rice, you're graduating or moving on, make sure to leave your PI or your professor or someone as an administrator on your website, and that way the website will stay alive. Okay. All right. And then this is a really handy website. We'll visit it later. It's about.blogs.rice.edu, and it was created by Campus IT, and it gives you lots of answers to your questions. All right, this is just in general a couple of different kinds of websites. This is kind of like a course website or a self-promotional type of website. We're going to make one of these today. Okay. And we don't need to go over that. And just a word about copyright. So any work is auto-copyrighted as soon as it takes its physical or digital form. Do not use copyrighted content without permission. For teaching, research, or criticism, claim fair use. Okay, I'm not a copyright lawyer, so I'm not going to go into full detail here, but if this is for an academic purpose, you can claim fair use. So these are some of the guidelines here: amount or substantiality of the work. So, if it's an entire movie and you're criticizing it, you can't host the entire movie on your critique website. That doesn't count as fair use. Purpose of usage, same kind of thing. Is this for, research or criticism or teaching, or what is it for? And these get kind of vague. Nature of the material. So I'm not going to speak any on that. But we have economic impact. So going back to the example of the movie, of course, if you offer the entire movie on your website, the company that produced the movie or the distributor stands to lose a lot of money, right, if you're offering it on your website for free. So that it can't be done because they would lose money. Okay, so these are just super quick things regarding fair use. If you want, you can just look up fair use. And this is because this is a university. That's why we're talking here about fair use. Okay. Typically, research and criticism are going to be things you're going to be doing for your courses or things like that. Okay, here are a couple of websites if you need to get things either in the public domain or things from with Creative Commons licensing. There's different kinds of Creative Commons licensing. This is one attribution. So if you see these symbols here on your search, this means that you can, if someone has a photograph or something and they have CC, Creative Commons attribution, it means you can host their photo on your website as long as you attribute it to them. So make sure you write down photographed by and the name of that person there. Okay. Google image search, same kind of thing. You can change the usage rights in the search, and hopefully it'll give you things that are, public domain or Creative Commons licensing. So don't always trust it at face value. I would, look into it more on it, every time you do this to make sure you're not breaking any rules. Okay, so to get started, go ahead and and this is done. We're done with the PowerPoint here. You can go to blogs.rice.edu and sign in with your NetID, or let me just show you here. On this page, this link right here, create a site, is going to be the same as this link right here. Okay, so we're on part 1 here, create your site. You can either click here or click here. I like to right click and open link in new tab. Okay, and then it says you must first log in. So make sure you log in. Okay, I have lots of websites here because I've taught this workshop many times, but I'm going to scroll down a bit and I'll show you how you would create your site. Site domain, okay, and this is going to have blogs.rice.edu. You can actually email Campus IT and ask them if it's for good reason. You can have this blogs here removed from your website. That way, it looks more professional. So if this is for a department website or something like that, you can have that removed. You just have to shoot IT an email. Okay. I'm going to put in a completely unique domain here. So don't put in what I am putting in because it will have already existed. So for the workshop, I generally say, put your name and your month and the month of the year or the semester, and then something like that, so that everyone in the classroom can have different websites. Okay. April. Okay. And you can't have any special characters here, and no spaces, and no capitalization. So this is the URL, all right? And then site title, this is what a human's going to read. So you can put anything you like here. Oops, I spelled site wrong. Okay. And then down here we have privacy. I'm going to keep it as public. And then later, or if you're starting out and you don't want it to be public, you can put it on one of these settings. Only admins can visit, or you can have password protected. But for now, I'm just going to keep mine public. Okay. Go ahead and click on Create Site. All right. And it will say it's there. It's done. So this is the name of the site. You can, open link in new tab if you like. And this is just the default. So let me zoom in here a bit. And then you're logged in, so you can come in here and start to edit. So I can go here to dashboard. Okay. And here's the site. So you can also hover here, and it says visit site. You'll do this, as you go along to check your progress. I'm actually going to open this in a new tab. So I'm going to right-click and open link in new tab. And for the rest of the workshop, let me just close these other ones. I'll leave that one open. I'm going to be switching between the dashboard here and the actual public-facing site. So this is what the world is actually seeing right now. Okay. Whenever I make a change, I'm going to hit refresh here, and I'll see it update. All right. So let me go here to my dashboard. And first thing I'm going to talk about is themes. So if you hover over here on the left on your toolbar, First, let me go over these. So this is the blog part of the website. Media is for uploading photos and videos and audio, things like that. Links is for creating links. And then pages, these are the static pages. So different from the actual blog. These are pages that don't change very frequently. Comments, that's self-explanatory. And then we have appearance, plugins. I don't think we're going to go over any plugins today. And then this is where you can add users. As I mentioned earlier, adding someone as an admin if you're leaving Rice. And you can even export it if after you leave Rice, for example, you want to start your own blog and pay for hosting from WordPress or just another hosting site. You can export it. Okay, and then at the end we'll take a look here in reading if you want to change the privacy settings and things like that. All right, so we're going to go here, appearance, and then themes. Go ahead and click on that. And there's quite a lot of themes. So some of them are more geared towards like photography. Some of them are more geared towards blogs. You can kind of take a look at them. Some of these super simple ones, like there's a few Rice ones. Yeah, these Rice ones here. Okay, but we're going to do one together here. So there's quite a lot, 355. But I'm going to type in, Coraline. There we go. C-O-R-A. All right. And then there's live preview here. It is a bit slow, but it's kind of nice to view things before you commit to it. In this case today, we're just going to commit to this new theme. So I'm going to click activate. Okay. Before going on, I'll just let you know that some of the themes have slightly different things. So if you're missing something, it might be something that's constrained by the theme you've chosen. So I'll go into that later. So let me activate that. There we go. It says theme activated. We don't need to click this because we have the site open already. And just hit refresh. Okay. There you go. My video tutorial for creating CampusPress site. All right. And this is the blog part here. And then these are all the widgets, which we'll go over in a second. And then these are the static pages up here for this specific theme. Some of the themes, the static pages will appear on left or right or bottom. It just all depends. Okay. So we go back. And the next few things we're going to do is click here on pages. And we're going to add, this is the one that was created. We're going to add some sample pages. All right. So let me open this up. Okay, and we're going to make pages from here. So we have, and this was not written by me. This is someone that used to teach this workshop wrote these things, but you can have, these are all going to be separate pages. We'll have one for CV and bio, one for research, one for teaching, and one for publications. Okay. Let's start out with CV and bio. So I'm actually going to highlight these first paragraphs, Command-C or Control-C on PC. And we're going to call this one CV and bio. So I'm going to click Add New, CV and bio. I'm just going to paste this in. Okay. And this is the visual editor. So this is kind of like Word where you're just typing things in. If you copy and paste formatting from Word, it will come along for the ride, which is really nice. And then if you need to actually type in HTML code, you would have to do it here in text. So we won't go over that today. Well, we might, but we're going to do it here in visual. Okay, CV and bio, and then you'll have to click publish. Make sure you click publish, otherwise it doesn't work. All right, done. And let's click add new. Next one is going to be research. Make sure you make all these pages because we're going to learn how to shuffle things around and we'll need pages for that. Okay, this one's going to be called research. Okay, so I'm going to do paste there, and then I'll click publish. Okay, and let's click add new. Next one we're going to do is teaching. You'll notice this bold here, this bold text, that should come in. So we'll see in a second. Okay, publish, teaching. Then we'll do add new. And this last one is going to be publications. We have a lot of formatting here with the bullets and everything else. But that will also come in from Word, which is nice. Publications. Okay, as you'll see. And then I'll click on publish. All right, so we have all of our pages. I'm going to click here on pages, and then you can see all of the pages I created. All right, I'm going to just trash the sample page. We don't need it anymore. And you can do bulk actions and things like that here. And this is kind of like an overview, or an outline of all of your pages. Okay. Let me go to my site here and hit refresh so I can see the changes. Okay. And you'll see CV and bio, publications, research, teaching. All right. And there we are. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to go over is how to edit a few things here. So for CV and bio, let's go ahead and click on edit. And if you need to add photos, this is super easy, and you just click on add media here. And then I'm going to go here to the folder. Okay, and if you want to add a photo or portrait of yourself, you just click on add media, and you can do it that way. So pretty simple. I'm not going to go over that. Let me see. The other thing I can show you is how to have a link to a PDF. So if you have like a downloadable PDF for your CV, I'll show you how to do that now. So I'm just going to save a version of this as a PDF. I'll call it sample CV. Let me just make it a PDF. PDFs are nice because they're not really made to be altered. Okay. And I can add a link here. So, for example, you could say, download my CV here. Okay. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to upload the CV, and then we'll learn how to hyperlink this text here so that when visitors click on this, they'll open your CV. So I'm just going to leave this as is for now, and I'll click update. Okay. And then let me go here to media, and then add new. Select file. And here's my PDF document, sample CV, okay, that I just created. And there it is. It's not going to show me a preview, which is fine. The main thing I need here is the file path of where it is on our website. So I'll just copy URL to clipboard. There we go. And it's ready for me to use as a hyperlink. So let me go back to my pages, edit CV and bio, and then right here, let me change this to a hyperlink. All you have to do is click right here and then paste the URL. So I'll do Command V or Control V and then click apply. Okay. And then make sure I update this, publish it. let's go to our website. So I'm going to hit refresh for CV and bio, and you'll see here, download my CV here. And if I click on it, it's going to take me to the CV. All right. And you might want people to not, leave your website. I think it's probably better for this to open in a separate tab. That way they'll always have your website there. It doesn't go away. So you can actually edit these. So I'll click on edit, and then I'll click link options. Okay, and then I just turn on this open link in new tab and update. Okay, so now you'll see whenever I hit refresh and I click here, it's now going to open in a brand new tab, which is better. Okay, so that's it for our pages. Let's take a closer look at what we have. So we have CV and bio, publications, research, and teaching. I'm actually going to make another tab here. I'm going to call it blog, and I'm going to move the blog to another page, and then I'll get rid of this home. I'm going to do this later on in the workshop, but I'm just going to leave a placeholder page for now. So let's go ahead and make that. I'll click on add new, and I'll just call this one blog, and publish. Okay. And you can see what it looks like. Okay. And what I want to show you now is how to reorganize these things. So if you want to change the order from left to right, you can do that. You can actually do it here in pages if you want, using this integer here for order. Now, this is going to be hard. If you especially have like 20 of them, it's going to be hard. And clicking on these quick edits, it's not the best way of doing it. All right, so let me show you a better way of doing this, and it's going to be here under Appearance and then Menus. Okay, and you'll see all of our pages here. And if you've saved out a new menu structure and you've since added pages, published new pages, you'll have to add them back in. So this is actually how you add. These are all these are already here, but if you don't see one, you can also add them this way. You can even add categories, which is really nice, and they'll act like their own pages. Okay, so let me just create a, oops, sorry. Let me call this one, I just clicked on create a new menu, and let me call this one alternate. Okay. And then we have our home. This is going to be the far left, and then it goes all the way to the far right here. Okay, I'm just going to throw blog on the far right. It's the least important. And then if I want to have a hierarchy, in other words, if you want a page to be like a child of another page, you can do that all in here, and it's very visual and easy to do. So, for example, if I want to have publications as a child of research, I can come over here, and you just click and drag. So if you drag to the right a little bit to have that indent, this is now a sub-item, which means it's a child of research. Okay, so let me click Save Menu. Okay, and I'll go to Manage Locations and make sure my primary navigation is set to the menu I just created. So for some themes, they will have like 3 different navigations. They'll have primary navigation, they'll have like a social media navigation, which is at the bottom for like the footer, and they might even have navigation on the right. So this is a very simple theme. It only has 1, and sometimes simple is better. So I'm just making sure this is active here. Okay, and I'll click Save Changes. Okay, it's been updated. If you go to my website and hit refresh, you'll see I have fewer up here. But if I hover over research, you can see publications is now showing as a child. So I can either click research or I can click publications. So publications is a child of research. You can even also, if you want, maybe I'll have research as a child of teaching. So now I have a grandchild. Teaching is the grandparent, okay, parent, and then child. So let me save this menu. And I'll hit refresh. Okay, now if I hover over teaching, I can hover over then research and then publication. So that's 3 levels there in the hierarchy. I would not go beyond 3 levels, otherwise your site is going to get too hard to navigate through. So really, this is the limit. I mean, obviously you can have more than one child of teaching, so like, research or courses or whatever, and things like that. But I wouldn't go more than 3 in the hierarchy. Okay, so that's it for the menus. We will revisit this actually whenever we make some blog posts. So that's going to be the next thing. Okay, so I'm going to head on over to posts. Okay, and we have Hello World, and let's make a few blog posts. And if you're using CampusPress, one of the in the decision making of making a website, WordPress, the blog part of it is kind of a draw to use it. So if this is not what you're looking for, you can just kind of skip ahead. But I want to show you how to do this. So for post, I'm going to click on Add New. Okay. And this first blog post is going to be my new puppy. All right. And I'm going to say, here is a picture sorry, I can't type today, of my new puppy. And then you would go to add media, add a picture of a puppy, or something like that. All right. And I'm going to add some new categories. So we're going to learn about categories. Okay, I'm going to add new. And I'm going to call this one personal, just so we have something to work with. Okay. And then I'm going to add another one. We'll call this one training. Okay. And then maybe we'll have one more just maybe academic. Well, I'm not going to have any posts for academic today, but I just want to show you can have a few categories here. Okay. This is about my puppy, so it's a personal blog post. I'm going to untick these two and just keep personal on. Okay. And then I'm going to publish. All right. Let me make another blog post. So I'm going to click on Add New. And I'm going to call this one DMC Illustrator Training. All right. And for this one, I'm going to actually have a link. I'm going to embed a YouTube video. So here is some Adobe Illustrator training. Okay, and I'll leave that here for now, and let me head on over and get a link here. And let me type in RiceDMC. Okay, and then let me go to videos, and let's find the Illustrator one. Here we go. Okay. And this used to be more complicated, but actually you can actually copy this link here and then place it in here, and it will automatically just do all the work for you. So as you can see, I pasted it in and it comes in and done. So I don't really need to do any further work. You'll notice in a second though, when I click publish and I look at this on my site, it actually does a really great job already of fitting it into here, and it doesn't spill out into my widgets. So it actually is quite nice. But if you need, more tweaking of the size or the buttons and things like that, you can use the embed code here. So here's the embed code, right? You can even start halfway through the video and tick this on, and it will play halfway through the video. All right, but I'm just going to click on copy. All right, and then I can head on over to here. And if you are pasting code, you have to do things a little bit different, okay? A little bit differently. So you'll have to go here to text. And paste it like so. All right, you'll notice you have options here to change the actual size of the pixel dimensions. Let me click on visual, and it'll actually automatically update, which is nice. So let me click on update, and let's take a look at our site here. I hit refresh, and it's a little bit too wide. So if you wanted a wider video, or maybe an even smaller one, you have control there if you've pasted the embed code. So let me change it here to 480 by 270. All right, click on update, and then I'll hit refresh, and you can see it's smaller. So, this is nice if you need to post like a bunch of videos. Maybe you're showing some kind of process or something, and you don't want to use too much space. You can change the size that way. All right, but copying and pasting the URL works also just automatically. I think around 5 years ago that wasn't the case. You'd always had to do the embed code. But there we are. Those are two different options for embedding YouTube videos. Okay, this one's going to be training. So under categories, I'm going to tick on training. And let me update this. There we go. All right. So if I click on my page here, let me hit refresh. All right. Home is currently where the blog is showing up, so you can see my blog posts. And the good thing about blog posts is it shows you the date, and then the categories and things like that. Over here on the widgets, we have the categories widget. So you can actually click on training, and it's only going to show all of the training, for example. Or if you click on personal, it's only going to show the personal. And as I mentioned earlier, you can even make a category its own static page. So if you want someone to click up here, and then it'll take them straight to, let's say, like the training category. I can show you how to do that in a second here. Okay. So next thing we're going to do is I want my home page to actually be CV and bio. So this is going to be more of like a self-promotional website. And I want this to be like the landing page. I don't want them to see a blog. So I'll show you how to do that. And then I'll show you how to add one of these categories up here rather than over here. All right. Okay. Okay, so let's change the reading setting. You can go over here to settings, and then reading. And then you'll see here, your home page displays your latest posts. So in other words, your home page is going to be the blog. Okay, but we can change that. I'm going to change that here. I'm going to make my home page a static page. Let's do CV and bio. And then for my post page, I'm going to do blog. Okay. Let me click Save Changes. All right. And things are going to look a little weird, and I'll explain why in a second. So let me hit refresh. Okay. And as you can see with the URL, we are just on the home page. There's no slash anything else. This is the home page, and it's doing what I wanted. It took me to CV and bio. Well, that's good. However, we still see home here, and it looks a little bit glitchy. So like if you click on CV and bio, it highlights both of them. Okay, so this is actually because it still exists. We need to make an edit to our menus. Okay, and then if you click on blog, you'll see, just like we was told it to, we have our blog here, away where we can't see it. This is also really good if you have a website, you don't want to have a blog, you'll need to change that reading setting like we've done here. And, you just wouldn't show blog. You just wouldn't have it visible. All right, so let's fix that. If you remember, that's in appearance and menus. And we still have home, but there's nothing on home. So I'll just, I think you can, you can't drag it. You'll have to go here and just click on remove. Okay. And click on save menu. And it even shows you a little hint here, post page, because we changed that reading setting. So I no longer have home. If I hit refresh, you can see it's gone. And if I just go to the URL here with nothing else, we are on, this is now the home page as it was before, but we don't have that home there. So that looks good. Okay, next thing we'll do is take a look at how to get rid of a bunch of these. We don't need all of these. You might even want your own special widgets here. So let me show you how to do that. It's pretty easy. So appearance, widgets, and this looks a little bit funky. It used to not be this funky. So you can just click and drag to get rid of these. Okay. And that's done. If you head on over here and hit refresh. Okay, what's going on here? Widgets. Okay, I'll just clear inactive widgets. Let's see if that does anything at all. That's a little odd. That's changed. All right, something strange is going on here. Oh my goodness. All right, let's just put something in the meantime here. And let's see if it, there we go. Okay. So that's a little weird. I just put something else here. I put custom HTML just so it updates. And then I hit refresh and it worked. All right, let me see if I can delete even this one. Okay, so I deleted everything. It comes back. That's not nice. All right, so maybe I'll just leave that custom HTML. That's not nice. Okay. Well, we'll have to make do with that for now. That definitely looks weird. It used to not be that way. Maybe if we manage with live preview. don't know what's going on here. And this is kind of a hacky fix here. It might be just the themes acting up, or IT needs to update something. I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay. Let's see. Okay, next thing I'm going to show you, as I said earlier, I want to add a page, which is actually a category. So you might want to do this. So it's going to be back in menus. And then if you see here categories, we can add training and then add to menu. And there it is. I'm going to put it above blog. I'll click save menu. And now if I hit refresh, there you go. Click here, training. And it'll only show that category. All right. So that's nice. And links, this could be helpful. Let me show you how to do one of these. I'm going to delete all of these generated ones. So I'm going to click here, and I'll do my bulk action of delete, and hit apply. And let me add, let's just do one here. So name is going to be the name of the link. So I'm going to say my library. And then web address, this needs to be https:// you need to have this first part, otherwise it won't work. Okay, library.rice.edu. Okay, and that should be it. And where I take TMC workshops. Okay. Target is, so it opens up in a new tab. You would have to turn that on. So I'm going to click that so it opens a new tab. I don't want people to leave my website. All right, and then I'll click on add link, and there we go. So if I click here, I have just that one link. You can add a bunch, maybe for your lab or for your course or something like that. And this is actually for, you can be seen with widgets. So let's go back to appearance and then widgets. And then links should be here somewhere. There we go, links. And I can just pop that in here. Okay, and now if I hit refresh, and there it is right here, my library. If I click on it, it'll open in a new tab. So links are important in the internet world here, so you can show, who you're associated with, or if you're, citing something, lots of uses there. And you can change this bookmarks to read something else if you like. Right. Now I'm going to show you some settings here. So as I mentioned, if you want to keep this site around and if you're leaving Rice, you'll have to go here to users and then add existing, and then make sure you add them as an administrator. You'll have to use the entire email address. So you can't use the alias MEN3. It has to be the full name, otherwise it's not going to work. So keep that in mind. All right, and then for settings, if you go here to, I believe it's reading, you can change the site visibility. So, if you're not ready for the world to see it, you can put it only admins can visit. If this is for a private class, you're a teacher and you want your students to make a blog or a website as part of their assignment, you can have only registered users, which is the Rice community. That would work. Or if you want it to be even more exclusive. You can even have it so it's password protected. So you have a lot of options there if you need to use this for your course. Okay, so I'm going to leave this as only admins. Okay, and then yeah. So next thing we'll go look at is export, and this is what you would do if you need to use a service like GoDaddy or HostGator or something like that, or even WordPress offers. You have to pay for it, but they can host the site too. So if you need to export over there, once you leave Rice, you can do that as well. Okay. And then, of course, there's delete site. You can do that. I think it takes a couple of weeks for IT to get around to it, but you can delete sites too if you have too many of them. So let me show you also about .blogs.rice.edu. And this is a really great resource if you need, if you have questions you need answered. Everything's here, so this is really handy. Okay. I would definitely check it out. Their facts, frequently asked questions is good. It says it's free if you have Net ID. If you need to remove the Rice blog, okay. Lots of good information here. All right, last thing I didn't go over is going to be plugins. There's not much, okay, which is actually a good thing because if you're using full-on WordPress, there's actually a lot of malicious plugins, or not necessarily malicious, but they're not safe because the developer doesn't update it. But there's only, 32 now? So if you need to take a look at some of these, a couple of them are nice. If you need to highlight syntax, like if you're showing code, I think there's one. Syntax highlighter. Here we go. What else? Google Calendar. I would be careful with that. You're not sharing your information. Divi Builder. I would stay away from this one, but I've seen departments use it if you don't want to mess with HTML. But this is becomes its own problem. Custom CSS is quite nice if you need to have a style sheet that's used on various pages and things like that. Custom CSS is nice. Advanced tables is actually quite nice if you need to show things in tables. If you're showing lots of information, it's nice. So there's a few things here. I've seen another department use this forms one for filling out forms. So things are really, just the bare minimum here, but that's good. That's what you want. If you leave Rice and you host your own WordPress site, there's thousands of plugins. So, and some of them are sketchy. So, yeah, it's just good that Rice OIT is managing this for us. So, okay, but that's the end of the workshop. I didn't go over things like media, but you can upload photos and videos and just put them in your posts and things like that. And also you can control whether comments are allowed. I forgot to show you that, but yeah, discussion. If this is, I've had spam before, so you can turn off allow comments. Okay, so another important thing there. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.